What's up, everyone? I'm here today with the unboxing of a couple of pairs of shoes that I have been very excited to get. The second one finally came in the mail today. If you know me, you know that I like to buy one to wear and one to stare, but in this case, I have purchased two solely for the purpose of staring. And these are the off-white Nike Air Force One mids in the white colorway and the black colorway. This shoe is absolutely crazy to me from a design perspective, and that is why I knew that I had to have it, especially being possibly one of the last shoes that Virgil collaborated with Nike on. I just bit the bullet and bought both. Resale from StockX. Let's get into it. I don't know which color is in which box, so we're going to be surprised. First and foremost, I really like the special box treatment. It is pretty funny to me that this box has bricks all over it. And in the middle, you have off-white care of Nike. If I had to guess, it is a little bit tongue-in-cheek, a play on the fact that the shoes that Virgil has made that have spikes typically have been bricks compared to the other shoes that he has. In this case, this is the first spiked shoe that I am genuinely excited about, although I have not seen them in hand, so I'm gonna reserve judgment for after I open this box. I love this hit right here. The green with the Off-White and Nike logos, I think is an amazing touch. We have off-white paper, and then this one is the white colorway. I know this shoe has been pretty divisive. I knew from a design perspective, I was buying this shoe to put on the sneaker display behind me. I wasn't sure if it was going to live up to my expectations or disappoint in hand. And my initial impression is it absolutely lives up to the expectations that I had set of a shoe that is just a bold design statement that looks like functional art sitting on a shelf behind me. The material being a mesh with a pattern actually reminds me very much of Stone Island textiles. That's why I'm wearing this jacket. It's got a fabric that has been either cut or torn away to reveal multiple layers, similar to what appears to be going on here. It's got the crazy spikes mixed in with the sort of more traditional sole, along with multiple colors in the spiked areas. And my favorite bit is the nod to the Jordan 1 with the completely detached swoosh, just sewn in the front with the square on the back. I love that. That is my favorite design element of the original Off-White Jordan 1. And for them to bring that back with a shoe that may very well be one of Virgil's last collaborations, I just knew that I had to have both of these. So, again, I'm not gonna be putting these on feet. I personally don't see the point. The spikes, even if you cut the spikes off, there's these squares. It's just not gonna be a comfortable shoe. I don't know that I ever understood why he started putting spikes on so many shoes. It really limits the usability. But from a design statement perspective, This is everything I could ask for in a shoe that really represents a designer that completely changed the game of footwear, of luxury fashion houses. I would say that he brought avant-garde to the masses, except I don't think that would actually be accurate. I think it's more he took design language from the masses and made it avant-garde. He is a design legend. He will be missed. And this shoe, to be able to have both of them, to put on my shelf behind me as a reminder of what he brought, is just something that I wanted to do because I respected him and his design so much. Let's get into the black shoe. Oh man, what the heck? Black shoe, box is slightly damaged, not terrible, but not great. All right, and here we have the black shoe. Identical design, just a different colorway. I know some people prefer the white, I know some people prefer the black. I knew that I was going to have a hard time deciding. I think both in hand, if I could pick just one, it's legitimately hard. I think I would go for the black, just because I like the contrast of the extra set of laces on the top. It really pops to me, but I think I originally wanted the black only, and when I saw the white, I kind of came around to it, and in hand, I think it also looks fantastic. One of the things that the white has going for it that the black does not is the additional contrast of the color back here against the white, where the black is really just the same color. So actually, there are pros and cons to either, even from a color blocking perspective. All right, so let's get into some of the details, because quite honestly, I've never personally been a fan of the Air Force One. It's just too classic, too old school to me, and I especially never liked the Air Force One Mid. But for some reason, the way that this shoe has been done has completely transformed it to me. And this is probably one of the few, if not the only, Air Force One Mid that I actually really like. Again, with the spikes, and if you look at the size of the blocks, even if you were to cut the spikes off, this is just not a wearable shoe. But from a design perspective, one thing that I absolutely loved and just thought was ridiculous is this giant rectangular square of spikes in this block with multiple colors. It just doesn't even look like it belongs. It looks like the shoe got infected by this stuff and it's slowly taken it over. But the hit of color that it provides, the pop, in addition to just how ridiculous it makes the front of this shoe look, I love from an aesthetic perspective. You have your typical off-white zip tie. I love the color that's on this lace tightener. The pull tab at the back is translucent, really nice solid material that runs all the way down. And all of the different materials in play, like on this back area, I don't even know how to describe that. It's pretty rough, very durable feeling. The top here is a unique material. It's almost like a suede. I'm not sure that it is. It might be fully synthetic. It's a very similar material to the top of the Union Jordan 1s, although there isn't that much of it. The air embroidery in the tongue, I actually don't care for that much. It doesn't necessarily detract from the shoe, but it doesn't really add to it. And I think the problem I have is the contrast with the type font in the typical off-white information just doesn't match. It's too dissimilar to me. For the white shoe, you'll notice we've got different colors in both the sole and the spiked area. One of the nice things about the white colorway is the contrast with the gray in the back. I think it makes for a unique silhouette from the rear. Overall, these shoes are both unique in their own way, but also cohesive in the design that's carried through both of them. I personally think the best way to rock these on feet, if you were gonna do that, appreciating that not everyone will have both pairs, but I think it's like this. I think these shoes are so nuts that the mismatch of one of each color actually works really, really well in this case. And maybe that's what I'll do. So maybe I will actually have one to wear, one to stare, but I'll use one shoe from each pair to do both. The big question then becomes, which shoe on which foot do you actually wear? Do you go black left or white left? I gotta think about that. And another really interesting thing about this particular shoe is the waviness of the midsole as you go towards the rear and around the back. It's got just a crazy pattern. And I can't imagine that this was a fun shoe to have to put together, because stitching that line must have been a serious pain. I also really like that the Nike Air module is visible on this shoe. I think that makes a big difference in how this shoe looks in terms of modernizing it. The interesting thing is it's only visible on the one side. I actually just realized that now. The hit of orange is also a really nice touch. It matches some of the other accents on this shoe. Could I wear one of each on each foot? Maybe, if I were actually gonna wear them, which I most likely am not, because like I said, these are not gonna be comfortable. But for the purpose of what I wanted, which was to take these and put them on the display behind me so that people can see them and appreciate the design language and the artist that was Virgil, these are perfect. Thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next one.